Guys, ANTOSS back again with another review, and today I'm talking about the Kanger ProTank. There she is. It is a bottom coil clearomizer. Now this is running at 2.4 ohms, and I've currently got it on a Pro Vary running at 3.7 volts. So if you don't have a VV mod device or you're on an Ego, this is how it's going to be. Okay, yeah, it makes pretty good. It's got excellent flavour. It's a very, very clean, crisp flavour. It's a really, really good tasting clearomizer, guys. Now, let me just take it off there real quick and explain what it is. So, Kanger have sort of gone all out with sort of looks and materials made to make this clearomizer, okay? It's very, very high polished chrome. It's very, very heavy, actually, which is a good indication that it's sturdy. And their ace up the sleeve is obviously it is a glass Pyrex tank. Okay, now I personally I'm not sure why anyone would necessarily have to have a glass tank, but that's what they did. You know, it's very thick and it feels very, very sturdy actually. So you know, so that they've gone all out and sort of made it heavy and very sturdy. Okay, so but the way it vapes itself, you know, behind the smoke and mirrors, what it is a bottom coil clearomizer. That's what it is. And in my opinion, it doesn't actually vape too much different from the Kanger T3. It's kind of virtually the same sort of setup in ohms and everything. So, you know, what you're actually paying for, and I should mention the price for this is $19 where I bought this from, which was vapeking.com.au. I'll put a description in below. $19, okay? Whereas you could buy a Kanger T3 with a handful of replacements for the same sort of price. So basically what you are paying for is the way that they made it look and the materials used, okay? Basically that's why it's 4 times the price of say a Kanger T3. And in my opinion, it vapes very, very similar to the Kanger T3. There's very little heat in it. You know, that's what you would sort of expect from a bottom coil. There is little heat in it. So if you're after a smooth sort of vape, you know, this will be right up your alley. It really will be. Myself, I'm after heat. I'm after throat hit. And this one is lacking, okay? So I'll just give it another vape and we'll turn up the volts a bit, okay? We'll put it up to 4.2, okay? And once again, this is running at 2.4 ohms. Okay, once again, great taste, fantastic taste, okay? It really, really is. At 4.2, the flavor is even better, which is great. It's a very, very clean taste, it is, okay? Now, one thing I have noticed about this, it is very, very airy. There's very little resistance while you're taking a drag. So I find it vapes a bit better if you just sort of let the atomizer, you know, heat up and just slowly draw it into your mouth, and then you will get sort of a sort of bigger throat hit. If you sort of drag on it normally like I do, sometimes I drag on it hard actually, it's very, very airy. For example, you can hear it. The way I usually vape is like this. Okay, and you won't get much vapor production. But if you sort of keep your finger on the button and let it come into your mouth, you know, you'll get much more vapor. Okay, so yeah, you know, it's there, it's out there, it's $19. Now, would I recommend it to you? Well, look, if you have the money to spare, okay, you know, spend $19. But like I said, behind the smoke, the smoke and mirrors, what it is basically, it vapes, in my opinion, very, very similar to the Kanger T3, very similar. So, you know, if you're more conscious about spending money on vaping, I probably would just recommend that you go out and get the Kanger T3. It's very, very similar in the way it vapes. Excuse me. But so if you have the sort of the money to spare, or you just want to try it out, go ahead. It's it's a very high costing sort of clearomizer to buy. In fact, the Inikin iClear 30 gives a massive throat hit with heaps of heat, and it is $13. Okay, so I think my personal opinion is it's overpriced for what it is. And if you disagree and you think, well, it is, I would expect to pay $19 for a glass tank and heavy materials and high polish sort of chrome, well, then that's your opinion and you should go out and buy it. But myself, I'd probably go for something cheaper. There are other clearomizers and cartomizers out there that give bigger throat hits and look nice, and they're a quarter of the price. Okay. For example, I just recently did a video on the vape only BCC Mini, which is also a bottom coil, and it is half the price of the Kanger ProTank, and this is the first bottom coil tank I have ever had that has heat in it. And a good throat hit. You should definitely check these out, and it's half the price, and it comes with 2 coils with it. Okay, so when you're looking at sort of the cost, I'm talking about the cost a lot because it is very expensive. It's $20. Okay, so now the reason why it is so airy would be because on the bottom of the actual tank, there's a couple of slots there. Okay, and when I tip it to the side, you can see there's sort of slots, in there. So that's why there's so much air coming in, and it's a little bit too much air, and you sort of have to drag on it very, very slowly. Okay, so that's what it is, guys. It's good. It's good. Is it great? Is it worth $20? I don't think so. But if you're talking about materials, then okay, maybe it is. But just the essence of it, which is the vaping element of it, I don't think is worth $20. Now, when you buy it, you actually get sort of this Ego sleeve. If you're on an Ego, you put that over the Ego thread, and it gives it a nice sort of more cleaner appearance. And it also comes with another replacement coil head. Okay, and this is also 2.4 ohms. Okay, now as for the cosmetics of it, because they tried so hard in making it look very, very nice, I still don't think it's the nicest clearomizer out there. After $20, you'd probably expect looks is personal preference, I guess. But if you've watched my previous videos, you would have heard me mention that drip tips aren't everything to me. Okay, I'm not too bothered in what type of drip tip I use, except for one. Okay, and that is nipple-shaped drip tips. I can't really stand them. Okay, and this is a nipple shape. Now I don't know what sort of deal Kanger's got going on, but all of their drip tips are all the same. I'm sure they think it must look fantastic, but in my opinion, the nipple shape is something that I don't like to bring out in public anyway. Maybe that's just sort of a personal sort of nitpick that I have, but I just generally just don't like bringing a device that has this sort of nipple drip tip, and it's a shame you can't sort of, with all Kangers, these two that I'm holding up is the T3 and the T2 version 2, and they've sort of got this sort of, they've all got the same sort of drip tip, and I dislike all of them. But it does look nice in general. It does. All right, guys. So essentially, it's just a bottom coil. Basically, it's just a Kanger T3. Okay, my opinion would be to go out and buy a T3 instead. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging with me today, and I'll give it another vape. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Tastes great. All right, see you guys.